and I turned into a skeleton. It was awesome. I wish it was that
Man,
easy.
this is not my fault, man. I'm yelling at people that are stupid. They want to fight about everything. Jesus Christ. I'm glad that my candidate's not in the lead, so I don't have to have these little dumbass bitch man. This is stupid.
I know. Well,
Not this time.
I really wonder how bad Bernie would be doing if Kamala was in the lead and he had to attack her.
Oh God. Oh, did you?
Yes, we're going to talk about how Bernie made a black friend to start with.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That dude set him
Yes,
up.
I was like, okay. To me, it looked really awkward, but I couldn't quite put my finger on why it was so really bad. And then somebody was all like, "Oh my God, the chicken!" And I was like, oh, "That's it."
Oh my God.
Because I was
look, it was something. It was just. Man, what was that?
I don't know. I mean,
what
I guess
was it?
Because remember how he was criticized for not spending any time with.
Here are my chickens and Negroes. I don't. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I think what happened was he went to some event, and remember how he was criticized for not thanking the staff for preparing food?
Right. Yeah, so that happens.
Yeah, so he decided this time I'm going to go, thank them for preparing the food.
There's no happy medium.
And so what does he do? He goes and he finds the one black guy who's working there. He stands next to him because heaven forbid he go anywhere near a black woman. She'd give him a what for. And and he picks up the closest piece of food, which is fried chicken.
Oh no, my God. No, he hadn't. Shit, Bianca.
I mean,
he had a shiny grinning Negro too.
Yeah, and it's like I get. Hey,
we're not on air, are we?
Yeah, we're on air.
Oh, shit. It's just so much. It was so much.
Well, I was looking at it. I was all like, okay, I could understand it if this was like a mistake. But no. He's a presidential candidate. This is something that is totally stage managed. Every part of his life should be stage managed because he's running for president. And so they should have had it where he wasn't, if he needed to be near the food, he wasn't holding any of it. And he should have looked at it and gone, this is chicken. And there is unfortunately racist tropes about this. I am not going to bring that up. I am instead going to just stand next to this nice young man who kindly made food for me.
Evoke the worst. Bianca, it's okay. Did he have a Colonel Sanders moment?
I would say so, yeah. Okay. Only with less spiciness because it is, after all, Bernie.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't exactly have a plantation. Bernie doesn't seem like the type. You know what I'm saying? All those people. Oh, I don't know if he'd want to fucking be around them that much.
Sure.
But, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. What was going on in that picture?
Quite a bit. Sanders trying to pander poorly. A nice young man who probably did a good job doing the food. And he was next to a celebrity. I mean, Bernie is a celebrity at this point. So,
Bernie,
he's going to want to do that.
Happy. All right. Yeah. Why did you hold up the fucking chicken?
Because he's a racist chode.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
We're going to dig in on this motherfucker. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay, Bernie ain't never learned anything about black people. So he gets all his information from stupid shit people tell him. Okay, so hold on. He's being told by his people what to do, and they have been giving him some fucking shitty advice this year. Simone Sanders kept him a little bit more on the straight and narrow. I thought he was doing bad in 2015, 2016. Nah, man. Once he hired her, he was doing much better. This team of jackasses are taking advantage. I said that I've been saying this from the beginning.
Well, the problem
is of him, he makes a lot of money. He pulls in a lot of money. I mean, he goes along with it, but he don't know shit. He does not know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what it looks like. He doesn't know the connotations. He's not getting it. People aren't explaining it to him because I'm sure if they did, he'll be like, oh, okay, I don't want to fucking, you know what I mean? I'm already having problems with black people. I don't want to evoke that, right? So who the fuck set him up? That was a setup, man.
You know what? It'd be hilarious if it was Cheese name.
I'm saying, Gouda Gouda. Hey, no, yes, I don't think that was very appropriate of his social media team to even put that picture out. Just run it by everybody. Does this look okay? Keep that one. Let's not put that out. Let's just trash that one. That's not one I would pick. I wouldn't pick that. I wouldn't do that to him.
I mean, if you're gonna have him standing next to people, have one where he's not holding up a piece of food that
stereotype
is what it is.
Yes. Yeah. And you got black people don't even where they're not saying much. We're just wow. And you're not getting a lot of words coming out. We are stunned at the whole imagery that is. And somebody had to see this before they put that picture out. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It's not fair.
It's because it's incompetence.
You're not doing your job, man. So Bree, girl, why the fuck would you put that picture out, dude? Like, I don't even like you, but don't do that. Try to make him look better. Don't do that. Why? Because it just makes okay. Then now you've got all the fans feeling like they're oppressed and they're being victimized. Oh, everything. These are unforced errors like a motherfucker. There's no need for that.
No, there isn't. So yeah. So that's what today was all about. But yesterday it was all about Justin Amash. Did you see that tweet storm he put up?
I sure did. I tweeted that out.
And I was like, okay, good, fine. Yes, it's nice that we finally have we finally have a Republican who's come out in favor of impeachment because duh. But did you see my tweet storm in reply to that?
I know. Well, you weren't very impressed with him.
No, okay, maybe I'm being really cynical about this, but honestly, I think that they have like certain people who run trial balloons to see how the media reacts to it.
Yep.
And if the media reacts in a way that they think, okay, this isn't going to hurt us if we continue the way that we're going, then they do that. And then if there's a reaction that makes them think, I don't think it's going to work if we continue doing this. Let's get this all switched around to where we have the advantage. So Fox, you're going to start talking about impeachment. You over here, you're going to start talking about that. So I mean, I honestly think that this is something that the higher ups in the party, not like Kevin McCarthy, because he's very smart, so he wouldn't be the one who does something like this. And I could see it being McConnell or some of the other smarter ones, because I mean, Jim Jordan, despite the fact that he is constantly, excusing child molestation, young men, he isn't totally stupid. And so he might be the one who's like, okay, yeah, try this. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the media goes along with it, which they will, but we'll also see how they go along with it.
Yep.
So I don't see this as something where Amash, who's already has a reputation for criticizing Cheeto.
Oh, yeah. He was saying something about him like a year ago, He was the one running out of a meeting like, oh, yeah. So, look, I'm never impressed with anybody.
That's not true. We're going to talk about who you're impressed with later.
Who did I get impressed? Oh, well, some people impress me a little bit, but like I don't fall in love with politicians.
No. And so it doesn't really mean anything because, I mean, definitely on Twitter, there was a whole slew of people going, oh my gosh, the Republicans get this more than the Democrats do. And it's like, no, they don't. It's one fucking Republican.
One fucking asshole said something. You got fucking 300 of us saying something. They took the lead. Thanks a lot. You're fucking weak. You're the weak ones. Okay. You gave that to them for no reason. Just to own us.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
So stupid.
Yeah. So Amash pointed out what we all know is true. Cheeto committed a bunch of crimes. but it's still not going to change anything. And the reason it's not going to change anything is because I don't think even if we went with the impeachment process, that Barr and the rest of the Cheeto members would actually comply with any of the requirements.
Man, they're not going to do, man, it's going to be the same regardless. I keep trying to tell these people. It doesn't matter if you impeach him or you outside of the impeachment process, he going to make you take his ass to court for every fucking receipt. That's how he is. Period. We ain't dealing with a regular president. When they got to get that through their heads that this is not, and what the hell do they think? Nancy Pelosi sitting up there on the throne, like, take him away, God. The fucking what? The black cells? No, dude. Like, that's not how shit happens. You don't just lock him up. Nothing happens to him after you finish impeaching him in the House. Literally. Zero. Nothing. He goes home, takes a shit, he wipes his ass, and he goes to bed. Nothing. He's not touched. His power is untouched. So I don't know what the fuck they're thinking about. Impeach him so we can so we can what? So we can what? So we can put him on. We can charge him with some shit that they're not going to put him in trial for. I'm wasting my time.
I like because as I've said all along, we need to have hearings, and we need to have hearings, and we need to have hearings, and we need to have viral moments where you have AOC, because apparently the media won't pay attention to anybody else. They'll have her, asking devastating questions asking devastating questions about how whoever they managed to drag in admits to the fact that they also committed a crime, all of that stuff. I mean, you need to have that kind of situation go on where you have these viral moments, because that's all that people ever pay attention to.
All they give a fuck about.
Who went viral the most recent time? Elizabeth Warren. Why did she go viral? Because she told somebody that's, when somebody was all like, that's really insulting, she's like, good. When Kamala Harris asked Bill Barr those really uncomfortable questions, what happened? That went viral. That's what we need to do.
That's what you got to do. And it can't be like the way they hurry up, do it fast. What is wrong with you? For what? What is going to happen? We can stop him. No, we can't.
The only thing that will really stop him is if he either drops dead, or considering his diet, I'm surprised, or he winds up getting defeated in the 2020 election.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, he's going to suspend the elections. He can't suspend all 50 states. They get to decide.
Control elections, you guys.
Exactly.
Calm down. He might be able to try to fuck this DC off.
I mean, there's a lot of damage that he could continue to do, and he will continue to do within his powers. But we do have a powerful executive branch, and they're co-equal to Congress. And too many Jill Stein voters didn't pay attention to a damn thing that we needed to say. Too many right-wing women, white women. It was my peeps who did this. It wasn't Black women. They sensibly did what they were supposed to do, except for the ones that were voter suppressioned out of being able to vote. Thanks, Wisconsin. So you have all these like parts. I don't think. Do I think he'll accept it when he loses? Of course not. No.
Oh, really?
Do I think at that point in time Nancy Pelosi should go over there in her 5-inch heels and start throwing his shit on the lawn? Yes.
Well, the second somebody else is inaugurated, that's it. I don't care if he is sitting there in the fucking White House like, no, I won't leave. That ain't your house. You gotta go. The Secret Service will hustle him on out of there.
No, the Secret Service doesn't do that. What will happen is they'll go to DC and get an eviction.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You think he would do that? You think he would do that?
Oh my gosh, I could see Kamala.
Melania would be gone. She would have been gone. Like, oh, dude, crazy. I'm out of here. I go visit my boyfriend.
No.
While you're doing this. No way.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't leave, we'll make him leave.
He'll leave.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like he'll spend all of his time bitching and moaning and complaining. And that's the thing. Yep. Republicans don't like being in charge. They like not being in charge because then they can complain about not being in charge.
They complain everything we do.
Meanwhile, everything goes swimmingly. The weird thing is, though, even when they are in charge, they really just fuck things up to the point where we wind up being in charge again. And I'm sorry, Sarah Krensdor, do not compare Nancy Pelosi to Neville Chamberlain. I'm sorry. That's not what this is.
She's working on a fuck praxis. I don't know what the fuck she's thinking, but I think that she's gotten herself into a bubble where, like I said before, we do this hype train where we hype each other up and we get each other. I notice that people believe in certain things that I know is just bullshit, but they believe it because we keep on having the information go around and around and around and around. She's got to the point where she needs to back up. Let's take a step back, take a mind vacation. I have to do it too, because you get stuck in believing a certain thing. You gotta reassess your own beliefs.
Sometimes. Are you saying that Twitter got to her head?
I'm saying that Twitter gets to your head. Twitter gets to your head.
Yeah.
And when you're the top of this little social pyramid, right? And it's a bubble. Well, you're hearing all these things that are reinforcing you positively, which is why I don't believe any fucking thing anybody says to me.
Well, I was telling the truth when I told you to get your ass on here.
Well, see, that's different. Okay. But I'm just like, oh, I'd be seeing that. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck that. You're not that fucking special. Come on. Bitch, please. None of us are. Okay. Just stop. None of us are. We're not that smart. We're not that special. We're not that beautiful. Whatever the fuck it is you think you are, you're not. Okay. I'm not. You're not. We're not. Just fucking regular people. Okay. Now calm down. She's not the fucking, the expert of the world, where she's like the most well-known and most fucking educated in this field. Calm the fuck down. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even her co-host is like, no.
Yeah. Like, dude, calm the fuck down. Okay. They're like, she knows this. That's nice. But she doesn't know the future here. Okay. This is not the same place. We're not there.
You can't compare America exactly to what happened in Europe. Europe has a tradition of a single person in charge of the government. They have the tradition of monarchy. We don't. And while we are going very close to fascism, if not already in fascism in some areas of the country, definitely, the fact is that over time, Americans, they don't like government too much in their biz. And they will revolt against that. They've done it time and time and time again. This is not the 1930s where everybody was scared to death because unemployment was at 30 to 40%. Okay, you didn't have the immense contraction. So there was the space that we had back then to expand the government to where we did. And the government didn't expand in a way that harmed people. It expanded in a way that everybody was like, okay, I'm okay with this because it's good. It's helping people. The way that the Republicans expand government hurts people. And yes, they're in charge of the executive branch now, and we're seeing how much damage they can do. And I don't think a lot of people understood that back then. But I don't think Sarah understands that there is a difference between the United States reaction to government overreach than Europe's. Europe is used to a single guy. There's a cultural memory in that. There isn't one in the United States.
Yeah, we're not used to fucking having a dictator. We've never had one, and we never will.
No, I mean, Cheeto acts like a dictator a lot, but even he gets stopped because what does the court say? No, you can't do that. So so he's not allowed to do that. Do I worry about what's going to happen when the court says you need to do that and he pulls an Andrew Jackson, we'll let them enforce? Yes, I do worry about that. But I also don't worry about the fact that if it's necessary, we're going to arrange it to where we, Americans in Masse, descend on DC and completely shut down the fucking government. Because we can. It's possible. We can do it in shifts.
Man, we could take the White House.
People don't lose their jobs. I've already thought about this. But Sarah is like, she's like, oh no, we're like, I mean, she was canceled
like 10 minutes away.
Yeah. She was canceled as soon as she said that Obama handed the government over to Putin. Fuck no. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard her.
Mm-hmm.
This was months ago. I had said something about that. And then I decided to unfollow her and the other one that was in that and just leave it alone. Not even, because like they showed me who they were and they showed me what they were at the same time. They was acting like some little mean girls too about it. Come on, man. We grown-ups. What is y'all doing?
Yeah. See, this is why Joyanne Reed should have you on the show rather than her.
No, she shouldn't. TV, do TVs.
Yeah. Well, speaking of massive violation of rights, because, like I said, the people in charge of the executive branch are showing just how much damage can be done when you control one branch of the government. And they're swiftly working their way to controlling the judicial branch. But that's the weird thing, because, did you ever hear of the Dover case? Okay. George W. Bush appointed one of those right-wing conservative nutbags as a judge in Pennsylvania's, I think, Eastern District, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. And the Dover School Board, which is a school district in Pennsylvania, they voted to add intelligent design to their book.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And so they were, of course, sued because what is intelligent design? A fancy word of saying creationism.
It's stupid.
And there was a whole trial, and they heard lots of evidence, and the judge issued, I think, 170-page decision, which I read because I enjoy well-written law. And he essentially said this was creationism by another name, and that is flagrantly unconstitutional, not just because of court cases, but because it's just clearly unconstitutional. And he was a right-wing appointed judge from Bush. Did he do a lot of damage? Yes, he still is doing a lot of damage. But sometimes even they have to follow the law. So, speaking of laws, let's talk about Alabama and Missouri. And what the fuck is consensual rape?
Well, we don't have rights in those states. So
yeah, they basically were like, yeah, we're going to take away your rights because nobody needs to have any.
Women aren't equal, so we don't really have anything we can do about them taking away our rights.
Oh wait, yeah, we do, because they didn't take away our right to have a gun.
Oh, I guess we need guns. Everybody get a gun, and also a machete, cut off a dick.
Yeah, I thought that was funny when you were telling that one guy, we might as well just cut off people's dicks, if they've.
Oh, Lord.
And he was like, how dare you? And it's like,
he thought that shit was crazy, huh?
I know. It was funny.
Oh, he was like, I can't believe you. Oh, really? I never would. Wow. That's what you get. That's what he gets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jesse is saying that we need to invent the abortion gun.
Why?
Well, because then that would be perfectly legal, wouldn't it?
The abortion gun.
Yeah, you just shoot somebody. Right. Have one.
Design it, Jesse.
I don't think that'd be a good thing, actually.
They can't take our gun away from us.
No, I was thinking that it wouldn't be a good thing because of abusers. One of the things that these Missouri and Alabama and the rest of the assholes who are passing these bills don't understand is there is a lot of reproductive coercion that occurs in abusive relationships. And I could see one of these fucktards getting one of the getting one of those guns and shooting their girlfriend who they purposely got pregnant so they could control her. And then make her lose the pregnancy. So even though she wanted her baby, she couldn't have her baby, the baby that they forcibly made her get. So yeah, no, I don't.
Man, I just had all kinds of horrible visions over the past 2 days, over old men raping 12-year-old girls and, just fucking them all up and, keeping them, making them have the baby and getting visitation and, God, just having that fucker in your life for the rest of your life. Like, Jesus Christ, what are you trying to do to women? Put them in a prison.
Yeah.
Like a everywhere prison, though. Fuck that, y'all.
Yeah. So Alabama passed a 99 6-week ban. Missouri passed an 8-week ban. And in one of the discussions, I forget which one it was. I don't know if it was Missouri or Alabama. This dude who was a cop, and apparently a really shitty one, he was talking about the date rapes, and then he talked about consensual rapes. And I'm thinking he means that if somebody is is either having sex and withdraws consent during sex, which is something that people can do because, what if it starts to hurt? What if you're just like, okay, I'm just like really freaked out right now?
But
yeah. So he may be thinking that, or he may be thinking date rape is, or in the same vicinity rape, because
I think he means statutory rape.
That could be it. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it could be, because a lot of times these a-holes are like, oh well, she consented, and
See,
no, she didn't. She's 12.
Exactly, that's what it is. It's statutory.
Okay. Yeah, so he's talking about that, and it's like, no, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, no. I just say no lately.
Yes.
To everything. No,
Okay,
baby, no.
We're gonna go on an everything strike.
Yes, no. I'm just gonna say no.
And I really do think that our side needs to put women and men who go on the media. They need to go through, I think, how to talk about abortion training. Because I don't like how a lot of them, they're like going, oh, it's the most important decision a woman can make. It's like a really hard decision. Most of the time, the decision itself is super easy. It's the everything around it that's hard.
Oh, come on. I've had, we've all done it, right? Whatever.
I haven't had an abortion because the only time I've ever been pregnant, I miscarried.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's not
but that's me and not my sisters. It's
not the most important decision I've ever made. No. No, hell no. It's nowhere near the most important decision I've made. It's nowhere near the biggest thing that's happened to me. It's something that I was like, oh, fuck no, not right now, dude. And, I was quick, got it out of there. I couldn't do that shit. Because
you didn't have to serve them with a 5-day eviction notice?
Fuck no. Fuck no. See, it depends on your, like, when you get it done. Like, I took some pills. I was at home. It was over because it was like 6 weeks or some shit like that. I never went in there for a procedure. So I never had to have, all that other stuff done. So I didn't have experience all that that I think is a little bit worse, right? Because I'm just pretty much inducing a miscarriage in one way. The other way, that's like, you get a little bit more attached to it, I guess. It's been there longer. You're going through it a little bit longer. You got all the hormones going for longer. It's just a little bit more, right? So maybe it's more different when it's, later, right? So, but
yeah. Well, one of my siblings, the one who most recently had an abortion, it was, I think, in the 4th month, maybe. She was definitely after the first trimester. And I helped pay for part of it, because she's my sister, and of course I would do that. And when she was trying to decide, because she did actually take a bit of time, because she was like, okay, do I want to have this kid? Do I not want to have this kid? Because I mean, she also had children as well before that. So she was just like, thinking about it. And she was like, I'm not in a position right now where I can afford to have a kid, and I'm not in a position where I can mentally handle having another kid. I'm going to get the abortion. And I was like, here's the money. Because I was like, this is what you do when you're a family member. You got
to do what you got to do.
This was totally her decision. I literally was just standing there being a sounding board for her to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah, I mean, it's I swear to God, it's like society makes it more of a bigger deal than it would be otherwise.
If you had somebody come back from the Roman era, and you told them, oh my gosh, we are so upset over abortion, they'd be all like going,
what?
Why do you care? Because if the dad doesn't want to have the kid, they just throw it out in the trash.
They would put you on the side of a mountain, leave you out for exposure. So you weren't really a person until you were a certain age anyway. Back then, you weren't a real.
In fact, from what I understand, in various different types of law, it's like you're not a person until you've survived the first month.
In the Bible, you're not a person for the first month.
Now, the difference is, of course, that we have a lot more medical intervention and we understand a lot more nowadays. But ultimately, it's the same thing. This planet has 7 billion people, or we're swiftly approaching 8 billion people. We have a climate catastrophe barreling down on us incredibly quickly. We're running out of resources. Helium can't be used for balloons anymore. I mean, there's lots of reasons for why this
is to stop doing that anyway. Yeah, that was stupid
discussion, because it's like we shouldn't be having more kids, we should be having less, which brings us to the whole reason why they're doing this. And why are they doing this?
Well, they need you white women to have more children. You guys are not breeding enough for them. They want you to be fucking breeders. That's what it's really about. It's not about us.
Look, if I had a kid, it would kill me.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be a decision that I would make to have a kid with he who shall not be named because he might watch this.
Use a surrogate. Beg a friend.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah. And I know somebody who is contemplating having a child with his spouse, and Jesse's all like, live babies can make dead soldiers. There's that too, because they want minority people to have lots of kids, for one, so they can feel smug, and two, so they have plenty of soldiers for their little armies.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they do need y'all. They need some soldiers, and for some reason they don't realize keeping every every person alive, well, unwell, whatever, that is not really adding strong soldiers to your army. You need that's fucked up. But like, really, like, come on, you gotta let people do what the fuck they want to do. Shut up and stop being weird. Fucking weirdos.
Yes.
I've never seen it like this. So much control. This
is harsher than the laws before Roe v. Wade.
Thank you.
The reason that they're doing this. Yeah.
Wow.
The reason that they're doing this is simply because they, one, want more white babies. Two, they enjoy being smug and superior. Three, they have no problem hurting women. And four, it really honestly is about controlling a segment of society that they know that they're losing control over. They know that this is not going to fly. This is not going to continue, and they will be thrown out of office eventually. And the people who replace them will repeal these things because these are just terrible laws.
Got to get rid of them, man. And look, man, I wish these motherfuckers had been listening to us about Georgia the whole time and actually giving a fuck. Because if we had all eyes on it, maybe he wouldn't have got away with that shit. But he knocked over $1 million people off the rolls in the first place. Mm-hmm. All total. So think about that. He didn't win by no million.
No.
It's a scandal.
Yes. So remember, you always need to spend a great deal of your time helping out your local candidates, because these are state legislatures who are doing this. It's not always about the presidential race.
It ain't.
So let's talk about the presidential race. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about something that'll make us happy. Did you know Kamala Harris had a rally today?
I did.
Did you watch any of it?
Colleen was live tweeting it on Twitter. She was there.
Oh, fun.
Her and her wife, they were there. It was great. So I got to see a video of somebody getting something snatched from some old white man. I guess he was there for Trump. He had a little sign. That didn't go down. They were like, "Whoo, Kamala fans are just not playing with you, Trump people. Better not come up in here acting crazy."
Did he make it out with his dignity intact?
You know what? They just snatched his sign and then looked at him like he was stupid. And he was like trying to get sign back. They was like, no. He was like, and then he just kind of moped. What you gonna do? They took your sign.
Here's your sign.
Yeah, he just sat there like, that's my sign. Like, yeah, they could get out. We don't want you here. They were like, it's for Kamala. That old man, he looked so dumb. I was like, why did you come here? I bet you was like, they be having Facebook trolls be getting these old people thinking stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All your grandma and your auntie, they all in QAnon. They all doing that. They all believe in QAnon. Y'all didn't show up. Y'all didn't invite them for Thanksgiving. They was over there in the QAnon group crying, talking about how it's okay because we're together.
Yeah, actually,
real.
Here's the weird thing about QAnon. There was a festival, a Green Day, Earth Day festival that was going on in some small county in California. And now this is just a children's festival. I mean, they have games, they have kids, key faces, and they have Earth Day things. It's all hippy dippy. So apparently QAnon decided that it was going to be a jihadist event, and they were going to then immediately afterwards go and kill as many people as they possibly could. Did you hear about that?
I not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about the QAnon stuff, I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
They're fucking cuckoo though. There's always somebody like Westboro Baptist, QAnon. It's all bleeding together. Roger Stone, man, and the Trump era is just so filled with so much weird shit that I've never seen go on. It's man, if I didn't like politics, but I just like entertainment and culture, I would really fucking be fascinated with this and be enjoying it. But I just hate what he's doing to our bureaucracies. I know he's fucking with them.
Yeah. So Kamala is rolling out a new policy tomorrow. It's going to be about equal pay.
Oh, good.
And I think part of the reason why I'm hoping one of the things that I'm hoping that I see in this is transparency requirements from corporations. Because right now it's against the law to not have equal pay for equal work.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mystery involved in how much people are paid.
Mm-hmm. They just class them different.
Yeah. And so I really think that corporations should be required to publish pay scales at the very least, because my company has pay scales published.
They
when
should
you go
have to publish a report with the data saying how much they pay men and women, blah, by age range, by education, and yeah, they should have to put that out. I agree, ma'am. Let's go ahead and get that ordered by the court.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's what Kamala has in there, because Kamala is smart and she understands what's.
I hope so.
From what I understand, except for when she was a when she was a deputy district prosecutor, she's always had statutorily based income, and that means that she did not get paid less than a man.
Right, that's how it should be.
Yeah, because when you are a female judge or a male judge, you both get paid the same, unless you're a higher type judge than the other kind of judge. If you are a DA, you get paid the same, regardless of whether or not you're male or female. And the same goes for being a member of Congress.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's because those are fucking government jobs, and we need everything to be like that.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. They don't want that standardized.
Yeah, but I saw her crowd. It was a double Bernie.
Oh, was it all white? Was there only white people there?
I did not. It was not a sea of white people. I didn't see that.
What? They act like that Bernie couldn't possibly get more black people there, and it always strikes me as weird. Like, why? The city's 90% black.
Yeah,
or whatever. And it's not 90%, but I'm just saying, like, okay, you got a city that's 60% black, and you got 90% white people. How the fuck do you manage to do that? I don't get it. It's almost like it has to be on purpose. Are y'all scaring black people off from the rallies, Bernie?
Wait, I'm looking at his rally in
I got a picture.
Birmingham.
Is it black?
Yeah, it's right across the street from where those poor little girls were killed in that bombing. Doug Jones put those men away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so support him, especially since he's supporting women's right to choose.
And fucking burners.
And I'm looking at this and I'm like, spot the black person? Because there's one. How are you across the street in a 70% African American city, and you have 90% of your people there, and this is 1,000 people, and they're white?
I don't understand.
How do you do that?
Okay, so to me it looks like with Bree and this new crew, I blame her always. I don't know why, because she's a woman and every woman always gets blamed.
Also, her name is Cheese.
Her name's Cheese. And it's not like he's getting more culturally aware.
Mm-hmm.
Or even the crowds are getting darker. It's getting worse. Why?
Because honestly, it's just true believers at this point. You know, it has nothing to do with who really is. It has nothing to do with him actually winning. He knows he's not going to win at this point. What he's doing is basically trying to be a spoiler, and he's not, and it's not working.
Why does he want to be a spoiler? So he can get some sort of power out of it, or what?
Because he wants to fuck over the Democratic Party. He doesn't pay attention to what else is happening to other communities around the country. All his focus is on hurting the Dems.
He is such a ridiculous old man.
Yeah.
What ridiculous. And his fans are the same way. All of it is just trashing. I deliberately didn't pick Biden. He's not one of my candidates, but I picked everybody else who I knew were going to run a little bit lower. So I can stay out of the main fucking fights this time. I am fucking tired of you people. Real shit. Bernie people, I'm fucking tired of your shit. I don't even give a fuck about Bernie. He's not even the fucking problem. Y'all is. Y'all the problem. You're worse than him. He could be fixed up. You can't.
Jesse's telling us that Biden got black people at his event in Philadelphia, even though he used the one song that everybody says is a terrible idea for any candidate running for president to use, Born in the USA.
Yeah, but black people are like gonna fucking dance to it because we're like, yeah, we don't get it.
Well, if you listen to the lyrics, yes, it's a terrible song because it talks about how crappy things are in America. But if you listen to the music, it's about our unbelievable, unbridled optimism. Because honestly, even I still feel it. It's a
unity song. People don't see it, but it's a unifying song in a way. But it is not unifying for everybody. So we always have to have that exclusion in there. But that's Biden. Look at him. He's 1972. He's velour tracksuits. He's lounge suits. He's chest hair and orgies and whatever the fuck was going on in the 70s. Nasty Jello molds and whatever. Like, ugh, that's Biden. He's Biden.
I'm sorry. Biden and orgies should never be in the same sentence.
Hey, I look at him and I think he did it.
Yeah. Jesse's pointing out, and this is something I agree with, that Born in the USA accurately reflects Biden's worldview.
It does. True. It really does.
Yeah.
It speaks to him. That's why else would he play it? And Trump, guess who? Trump loves it. Trump loves it too.
Yeah. See, the reason why Republicans can't use Born in the USA is because, one, their policies caused all those problems.
Mm-hmm.
And two, they don't really believe in America.
Man, they don't believe in nothing.
Yeah, they do. They believe in power.
Ugh, I don't even know if they believe in that.
Yes, and Jesse wants to know, is Kamala going to be releasing her plan to torture Mitch McConnell into submission? And now I'm actually picturing her wearing a dominatrix outfit.
And I'm enjoying that too much. Stop. Oh, that would be lovely. I would like to be there. I will help. I will fucking hand her whips.
Yep.
Which one? Which one did you need?
Did you need the bullwhip, or did you want the shorter one?
Oh, she's gonna get you now. And that's what
you want the riding crop.
And can I scream shame? Oh.
No. She's the one who's in charge of whipping him. So
okay. I'll relax just as long as I get to watch. Oh man, I just saw Mitch McConnell's little wrinkly butt up on the thing in my head. Thank you a lot, Elizabeth. That was great.
No, it wasn't my fault. It was Jesse's. He's the one who came up with it.
Wrinkly butt. It's just jiggling, wrinkles, loose skin. Just up there. Turtle butt.
Yeah, him and Elaine get it up.
Oh! Oh. Oh. No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we did have a little bit of movement on the Mueller report situation. And everybody's like, how come he didn't testify on May 15th? And I was like, I was sad too. I took the day off.
I don't know why he didn't testify.
I know, because he's still contractually obliged until the end of May.
Okay, so why don't people just calm the fuck down? That's a question I'd like you to answer.
I think the reason why is because people are impatient. We are so used to just instantaneous, anything we want right then and there. I mean, we binge watch, like for instance, Call the Midwife, one of my favorite shows on Netflix. The last 2 seasons just dropped, and I spent all night watching them. Okay, I didn't have to wait a week between episodes.
Oh man.
So we're used to just instant gratification constantly, all the time. Bam, 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 bam. And because we are used to instant gratification, we don't understand that when you're talking about due process takes a long time. It should take a long time because you want to do it correctly. And so that's why I think people don't understand. It's like, well, why can't we just move to impeachment? Because you need
that takes time too.
Yes.
Oh my
You
God.
you need to do the stuff that and this isn't about this is both about the criminality that is being committed continuously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also about what happens after.
Right.
Because there will be a time that Cheeto and his cohort aren't in charge of the US government anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be ready for the after, because it can either come in 2021, which is not that far away, or it could come a much later time. But at some point in time, there will be an after. And what kind of after do you want? Do you want another dictator? Do you want an actual dictator? No, I don't want a dictator. I want to have somebody who knows that he is required to obey the rule of law. And so, yes, telling people to be patient when we all know how horrible what he is doing is.
Yep.
I mean, how many children have to die in cages? How many times does this have to happen? We want it stopped.
Yeah, but the thing is, people are saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. Who has the power?
Yeah. Right now, because we did not pick up the Senate. If we had picked up the Senate, because people had made sure that everybody in Florida could vote and made sure that the other races were picked up by us, then we wouldn't have this problem. If Ben Nelson, or was it Bill Nelson? Bill Nelson. If Bill Nelson was still in the Senate, and Heidi Heitkamp was still in the Senate, and Claire McCaskill was still in the Senate, then we wouldn't have the problems that we have now. But people couldn't be bothered to continue voting for her. They decided to vote for the jerks that they voted for. They decided to take these women out and Bill Nelson. And this is why it's like, okay, look, you have to confront this. There will be a time after Cheeto. Are we going to just say, oh, well, in this case, we shouldn't have followed the rule of law? What happens the next time? Because what's going to happen is,
so we're just going to keep going right that way?
Yeah. So, and it also gives a legitimacy. This doesn't quite match, because I was talking to Jesse about this a while back, and it doesn't quite match, because I was talking about the Nuremberg trial. The Nuremberg trials were the conquering heroes deciding to put people on trial for war crimes. We didn't have any authority to do that, other than the fact that we won.
We gave ourselves authority.
Yes. But when we did that, we still treated them fairly. So the people who were tried had a fair trial. We had our Chief Justice go over there and hold the trial, and he handled the prosecution, and they were fairly tried. That is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. We wanted revenge right away because of after what came out.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Everybody was on edge.
I have a cat who's decided to sit. No.
Or on your lap?
No, it's Anne. She's upset because there's other cats that exist. So she's decided to come run over here and hiss.
Other cats exist? Oh no.
Normally we edit this stuff out, but this time we're not editing it because we're all live.
Oh no, you got to deal with it, people.
Yes. So we're going to have we're going to have the hearings with Mueller probably sometime in June. So be ready to take that day off, because it'll probably come fairly soon. They haven't finished working out the details on that, and I think the reason why they haven't is because Cheeto can tell him to not testify because he's still under contract, and Mueller is not going to break the contract. I'm sorry. Somebody was yelling at me and saying, why doesn't he just pay the penalty? And it's like, why? When it's just a couple of weeks.
Yeah. You know what? When you say June to them, they're like, why so long? I asked them like 3 weeks ago, why can't we wait a month and see what we get then? And go from there. No, when they were no. Okay, well, it's been 3 weeks, y'all. And everything didn't explode. Okay. See? Chill the fuck out.
And if we hadn't, and one of the things that happened this week is a judge actually ordered the release of a bunch of transcripts with Flynn and his talking to John Dowd, and we find out that he was also passing information to Matt Gaetz. I mean, come on, this stuff still is happening.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many people I feel that are suspect as fuck in the Republican Party right now in the Senate and Congress. There's just too much. Nah, man, you can't keep keep covering up for him for this long without something. Some part of it has to do with you. Okay, you are in this. You are getting your hands dirty. What are you doing? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the fact that Matt Gaetz, he's the drunk. You know which one he is, right?
Yeah, okay. He's the DUI guy.
Yeah, he's the DUI guy. Anyway, his bar license is currently under threat because he was threatening Michael Cohen. And I'm wondering if the state bar is now going to look at the fact that he was witness tampering with Flynn.
Was he? Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
What was he offering him?
I don't know what he was doing because I haven't read the full details, but yeah, they were in communication, and Flynn was passing him information, and Gaetz was all like, "I want to know more. I want to know more," and he's like, "Well, yeah."
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. So the transcript with Dowd, and apparently the one with because we knew about the fact that there had been a communication from the Cheetos attorneys to Flynn's team. But we didn't know the specific details, but it was also witness tampering because they were like going, you can't say anything that'll implicate the president, right? Like, why would you say that on a voicemail?
Oh my God. Oh.
You know, Dowd, you might lose your bar license because you were witness tampering. I don't actually know that would happen. Jesse would probably know. Yeah, so like, I'm just looking at this going.
So, see this one, man, and I know Barden did something illegal already. I'm just saying, I can't wait till he gets his fucking photos taken. I was looking back through Watergate, seeing that how the AG back then, yeah. Well, I looked at his photos getting booked, and I smiled. I said, "That's Barr. That's Barr's future," and it made me feel kind of good inside, like maybe it was really gonna happen. You know, I got hope too. I got dreams. I have hopes and dreams too. Everybody.
Yes, for the time after Cheeto.
Yes.
So there's a new theory that's coming from the White House that Congress is no longer allowed to do what they've always done. Jesse's theory is that Dowd is setting Trump up. And I was like, well, that's kind of an interesting thing. Anyway, so Congress now,
how hard is that?
According to the White House, Congress is only allowed to legislate. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's weird. When did they get the rights to make rules for Congress? Or is that
they pulled it literally out of their ass.
Oh, okay, because I thought that the House made rules for the House and Senate made rules for the Senate.
Well, I thought so too, but according to the White House, no, that's not true.
Oh, well, he better go get a constitution. Don't they sell pocket constitution? Republicans loved a pocket constitution when Obama was around. Oh boy, they had a pocket constitution everywhere they go. I got my pocket constitution. Obama's such a bastard. Now Trump's here. They don't even fucking need a constitution.
No, because they think that they don't, because they're above the law. And so I was like, okay, that's weird since Benghazi. How many years did they spend on Benghazi?
150 years. They spent 150 years on Benghazi.
Yes. So yeah, and the entire last 6 years of the Clinton presidency. I mean, when you spend 140 hours of congressional testimony on the Christmas list for the White House.
Wait, see, that's why I didn't pay no attention to that shit after a while. I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
Yes, they actually had 140 hours of testimony.
Didn't nobody have time for that?
For the Clinton's Christmas list to determine whether or not anybody who was on the list was inappropriate.
Yeah, because that's what matters.
Yes, because if you get a little card from Hillary Clinton, apparently that makes you evil. I don't know.
you man, boy.
Oh, yeah. So the Republicans have this new theory that they will suddenly forget as soon as Kamala Harris is sworn in.
Yeah. So they're just no Congress working. You just do stuff in Congress, never look at the president. No Fast and Furious shit going on. None of that. No more. Ever again.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, they're going to bring it back as soon as they're going to be like, you know what? We were wrong.
And guess who's going to be in front? Justin Amash, that guy. He's going to be the fucking first one, you guys. Oh, you motherfuckers over there fucking I retweeted him, but I wasn't going to praise his motherfucking ass because he's going to be the first in line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right up there.
And so and part of it is Bill Barr is threatening to investigate Democrats now.
So let him.
And I'm like, I know. And they're not going to just go after the candidates themselves. They're going to go after the candidates' spouses, their children. Mm-hmm. I'm actually kind of surprised that they haven't gone after Doug Harris, Kamala's husband.
Oh, but he might investigate him back.
Well, he can investigate him back. He's just an attorney.
Now they investigate him, then he'll start looking. He'll start being like, oh, well, he can still find something because they all fucking illegal. They'll find something. He'll find something they done. Yeah, they're all criminals. Trump doesn't hire nobody that's not a criminal.
No,
I look. Kellyanne Conway's the closest to not a criminal as they got, and she's just a criminal liar. You know, her lies should be crimes. Mm-hmm. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she looked like she shoplifts. I'm just gonna say she looked like she'll shoplift some M&Ms or something like that. That's what she looks like.
No, she looks like the kind of person who would pick up somebody's mail for them, steam it open, and read it.
Oh, yeah. She really is a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah.
Nobody can sit up there like that and be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So that's the past week. And we're going to just briefly, okay, Kevin decided to buy a life. It was on sale. It really, fit everything that he needed.
Well, fit his budget.
Yeah, fit his budget, fit his looks, fit everything about him. So he's going to be a little bit more intermittent than he used to be. If something happens in Oregon, I'll probably ask him to file a report or something, kind of like I do with Jesse. So unfortunately, he will not be with us as much as we'd like.
Oh.
Yeah. But that just means that I'm going to talk a lot more.
Oh, and we can have guests. We can have guests, too. We can have guests.
Yes, I'm working on a guest for Virginia's upcoming elections because they have elections at the end of 2019 in November.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So this is their opportunity to finally pull back the House. If they can get the House and the Senate, then everything changes for Virginia and life becomes a lot better.
So how are things out there? Because, the governor and all that.
I don't know. Apparently the governor managed to withstand the fact that he was incredibly racist when he was a teen.
And then Black people have seen so much worse. We're like, okay, that's really fucking racist. But did you know the Republicans are even more racist? Wow. It's scary. At least he felt bad, but he did want to get up and do the moonwalk. That shit had me dying. I was almost fell on the fucking ground, almost dying.
Okay, white people, stop doing that.
He was gonna get up and do the moonwalk, everybody.
No.
They're like, he's so good. He looked so happy. They asked, I will do it now for you. I was like, let him do it. Shit. They didn't
let him make an ass out of himself.
His wife was like, no. No, he can't.
Yes. So he's not up for election, but the House and the Senate are both, the House of Delegates and the Senate are both up. So I'm working on having a guest for that, and then other guests and stuff like that. So we can have some people. But we're going to take the month of June off, and we're taking also next weekend off because it's Memorial Day weekend and it's the end of the season. So we're taking the month of June off, and we're going to be revamping the show, as I told you guys. And Bianca's actually going to be visible rather than just her picture.
Fuck that. I don't really like it. I'm going to put on a mask.
Yeah, I don't care that you put on a mask. I mean, you can be Arya Stark as long as you want.
Every day I'm going to put on a different mask, like a wolf, a Wolverine, something different every day. Wonder Woman, all that.
Yeah, and we will, I guess, Bianca and I are going to discuss some of the other stuff that we're going to do. We're going to try to get a store up and running so that way you guys can get more merch like this. And other stuff like that. So, because we'd like to turn this into a money-making opportunity.
Elizabeth wants to be famous.
I also want to be famous too, because that'd be fun. Yeah. No. I mean, it's weird enough that when you have people like Felipe Reigns following you on Twitter, actually, that's the thing that is like, he actually talks to us.
Ooh, you're getting kind of swanky, huh, girl?
I don't know. He looks like a young Frank.
Oh, girl. See, you with the Frank, man.
Yes.
Nobody talks to me on Twitter. I run these different focus groups, is what I like to call them, where we discuss what should be okay and what we should ban. So we ban things and we decide what's tolerable and acceptable and what's not. So, people that want to know what you can do, come over to my timeline. I'll tell you what you're not allowed to eat.
Yeah, those tacos.
Oh my God, no, man, you didn't see the Jello mold.
Oh no, I've seen 70s.
Oh my God, no.
Oh yeah, no, if you really want to see something disgusting, look up Victorian food.
Oh no. Waldorf salad. Get it. Go Waldorf salad. What? I said that's mayonnaise. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Yes, that's why I stick with things like carne asada fries.
I'm not playing with nobody no more. And nothing unless I cook it myself. Because y'all just be slipping mayonnaise and everything. That's sweet mayonnaise.
Well, I was going to make mayo cookies for you, but now I'm not.
No thanks.
No. I don't even know if you can put mayo in cookies. That's just doesn't sound right. Anyway.
Why does it got to go in anything?
I don't know. It just does. Also, I have like way more gray hair than I should. I need to get Anyway, we're talking about nonsense now. Okay, so we're going to see you guys in a month, but we will probably have intermittent random live shows throughout the month. Rebecca wants to rant, or I want to rant, or
Sorry.
Or when she wants to teach me how to put makeup on properly.
Yeah, we could do some tutorials. I love them.
Yeah. So, all right, we will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.